just a lot of things to do. Please, as you're watching, subscribe to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Um, yeah, would like to really greet each and every one of you. As you're watching, please subscribe to the platform. Help us reach more people. We do need your support. We very much appreciate you joining us on this broadcast. We're shortly going to go live on TikTok also. What I'd love you to do is subscribe to me on YouTube as you're watching me right now. We're going to talk about a very important issue here, but it's very, very concerning. There are missing Nigerian and Kenyan women found in UK waters. And this is a concern, it's a major concern. And it is something that we wanted to talk about because it's not been talked about enough and we need to talk about it as a community. So I wanted to shed some light on it from on this platform. The best, how can you do to help? By first of all sharing this broadcast. I'm still going to come and talk about the war. We will come into that in that discussion. But what
your TikTok shop is a super.
Sorry, beg your pardon. So what I want to do is to make sure that we talk about these things within our own community. We cannot be silent and just watch what is going on here. This is somebody's mom, sister, brother, and yeah, it is not acceptable. It is worrying. So, as you're coming in, I'm going to leave a note on here. Greetings all. Please subscribe to this platform. Greetings all. Welcome. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'd really like that message to go through to as many people as possible. We're going to talk about this issue. It's a pleasure having you join me. Do share. You're listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth about. We might speak for about an hour, but it's a topic that we need to talk about at length, because I have noticed that the press, the mainstream media are not carrying this, and we need to. This is why I keep saying we need our own media. Things like this, we need to get information out. This bears out why we need our own media, because our own concerns, the black women going missing, is not a concern for the mainstream media. It isn't. So we need our own platform. But I'll talk more about it as I go along. Let me just try and see if I can. I'm trying to share it far and wide. Oh, give me a minute. I haven't done something. I just realized. Just give me a sec. Sometimes you have a lot going on. It's been hectic this end, doing one or two things, but do bear with me. It is very, very important that we talk about this and really talk about issues, and we'll be talking about more and more as well as aside from political issues, we'll talk about other issues as well, just to get some ideas and things, and I think it's worth doing so. We have to widen our discussion base a little bit. It is something of that we're very, very keen to look at. So please, as you're watching, let me just make sure I pin that information. Is it going to be pinned? I think it's pinned. Is it correctly pinned? Making sure that's pinned. Yeah, I'm pinning the message. Greetings and welcome. Welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Now, we're going to go live on TikTok right now also. So, okay, so let me redo that. Give me 1 second, please. I don't know why that's happening, but okay, that's fine. We will get there. So we need to talk about why that is happening. And again, as ever, everything you will see me talk about is pointing to one thing: we need our own media. So please, how can you help us? You can help us by growing this platform. Help us share this broadcast. Help us reach more people, because this is a very important topic. Why are black women going missing in the UK by the waters? Why? We need to understand why, and we need to know their names. And the mainstream media are not covering it. We need to cover it. So Black women going missing in UK. So going missing in UK. Okay, so go live on that right now. We're doing that right now. So good evening and welcome. Welcome to Citizen AI, the platform where we speak truth to power. As you're watching this broadcast, please share, share, share. Help us reach more people. We really do need your support. It is of immense importance that this information goes out. I've been hearing this, I've seen it on one or two platforms, and I've been meaning to talk about it, and we do need to talk about it on this platform. It's not only, this platform is not only for political issues and issues and that same. We're talking about human life, and as you're coming in, please sign in and please give us a thumbs up on YouTube. Help us also by sharing it on TikTok. You are listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. You can see the topic there, and I will talk about it, and I want you to please share. Share, share, and share. The question: missing Nigerian Kenyan woman found dead in UK waters. It raises concerns. You and I should be concerned. We all have families, we have family members, we have, brothers, sisters, mothers, aunts, uncles, daughters, nieces, and to be quiet. And this is one of the reasons why you'll hear me talk about we need our own mainstream media. We need our own media. We need our own African-based media where we can talk about things in a way that makes it clear. So we need our own media space, and I really encourage you, as you're watching, tap on the screen and share. I do apologies for not coming around on a regular basis. Hi, Vanna May. Hi. So greetings to you. Please, I want you to come and join me in this discussion if you can, Vanna May, because I need women to come in. This is a topic about women, and I don't pretend to know it all. So please, your views are very, very important. This show is about women. As you all know, it's about Black women in particular. As you all know, Black women are the beginning of history, and it is something that is of immense importance to myself. My mom is a Black woman, so of course it's a natural thing for me to want to talk about this, to want to make sure that we talk about this very important issue. So you're looking at it there. Missing Nigerian Kenyan women found dead in UK waters. Why is that? Let's dissect that. And please, I really do welcome your views and opinions. Vanna, I've not spoken to you for a while. It's just been hectic. I will give you a call at some point. It's just been I've just got quite a few things to contend with and sort of, and in between. And of course, BO, greetings. Yes, BO, but I must say greetings. I'm going to send you a multi guest as well. So we want to talk about this issue. But as ever, before you go ahead, please tap on the screen, share the broadcast, and please go ahead to my TikTok, my YouTube platform, Citizen AY, and please subscribe to us on there. We'd really like your support. We need to grow that platform. Go straight to my YouTube channel right now. I'm there live, and we're talking about the same thing, but we need to build that platform. Facebook have been giving me some sort of restrictions at the minute, so no wonder my numbers have been really down. They put a restriction on a broadcast, on a post I did back in 2019, and it's now that they've now decided to effect that and bring down my numbers on Facebook. But we're still using it. Please, that's why I need to build up my TikTok, make sure that grows, make sure I build up my YouTube. So please go ahead to my YouTube and subscribe right now. Greetings and welcome. I've got one or two people who are on there. As you're coming into the YouTube, give us a thumbs up. The more you give us a thumbs up on the YouTube, every single person coming in onto YouTube, make sure you give us a thumbs up, because when you give us a thumbs up on YouTube, it sends that message out to more people. We need to have this really important discussion about the issue of why black women are going missing in the UK. Now let us go into it. It says, missing Nigerian Kenyan women found dead in UK waters and raises concerns. And also, we don't even, because the mainstream and the media are not talking about them, we don't even know their names properly. Many of us, there should be names that we should be saying. We need to say their names. Why are they going missing? Shouldn't the society be protecting them? And if they're not, again, this is again on this platform, Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. You've always heard me say we need our own platform, and this is one such case. Because here we go. What have I said now? Look at this. My behavior. What it says, it's not in line with our policies. Gifting is suspended for 10 minutes. I've just been talking to you. I'm going to take a picture of this, because this is what I mean. This is what I am fed up with talking on other platforms. I don't want to be contending with this. I don't want to be contending with somebody having to put restrictions on what I'm saying about something that concerns my own community and their laws. What is going on is their laws is now more important than what is happening to my people in my community. I am incensed about what is going on. I've taken a picture of it. I'm gonna, I will see if I can put the screenshot up somehow. This is what we're. In fact, I'm gonna do that right now. Give me a minute, please. As you're coming in, go straight to my YouTube channel. Give us thumbs up, because on TikTok right now you can see what they're doing. What have I said? I am talking about what is happening. I'm not allowed to speak. I cannot speak about what concerns my community. This is why, again, we need our own platforms. This is not right. I'm going to have to write, I broke no rules. I asked, why are black women going missing? That's all. And I'm blocked. Why are black women going missing? That's the question I ask. This is why I am reluctant to go on TikTok, because TikTok, this is what they do. As you're coming in on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up. Help us reach more people. TikTok right now, they are blocking me because I'm asking a question. Why are black women going missing? It is not a crime for me to ask questions as to why people of my community that look like me and you are going missing. I am not, that's not a swear word. We have to be able to speak about what concerns us. So please, you can see what they're doing on TikTok. They're blocking me. They're bringing my numbers down. But please go to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to me there. We can have hopefully more and more people will talk. I find it really, really sad that this is happening, but I'm not going to give up. Why are black women going missing in the UK is what I asked. And then they tell me I'm being blocked for 10 minutes, I'm not bothered about your gifting. I'm not. Because I have to speak truth to power. This is what this platform is about. Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. They are literally limiting what I can and cannot say, and I don't think that should fly. That is not acceptable in a so-called democratic society that we live in. I'm asking a question and they don't want me to raise those questions and raise those concerns. I've got 181 people who are seeing me on the broadcast, and you know what? They cannot come in because the algorithm has been engineered in such a way that people cannot see me, and I'm really I am so incensed about what is going on. So I do apologize, and this is one of the reasons why I've gotten fed up with doing any broadcast on TikTok. I've just gotten fed up with it, because what is happening is that as soon as I say anything, as soon as I open my mouth, I talk about, okay, this is what's going on, here comes the restrictions. And this is why I'm saying, when we have our own platforms, we can speak freely. And this is a clear case of why I keep saying, and I keep saying it again and again, that they are restricting what we can and cannot say. And that cannot be right. That cannot never be acceptable in any way, shape, or form. And I do apologize if my voice sounded very strong, or but it is quite frustrating that you are in a situation where you are being restricted from speaking about things that concerns you. You have been, I'm going to show you in a minute. I want you to see it yourself, because I don't want to just, it's no longer about just say me telling you alone. I want you to see that, and let that be the reason why you are going to go and join me on my YouTube channel. We need to get to about 10,000 followers on my YouTube channel, and I do need your support. And leave comments on there as well, because TikTok, I'm to be honest, I'm almost done with TikTok now. I'm almost done with TikTok, because there are people who are seeing me, but they cannot come onto my platform. I'm being restricted. If I talk about anything, this is why I keep saying, please take note. This is why I keep saying it. We need our own platform. We need our own platform. We need our own, platform where we can decide for ourselves what we want on there, where we can talk freely. We are not able to talk freely on this platform as it is right now. We're not able to talk freely. I'm not able to express myself without worrying about somebody giving me some kind of a community strike, or limiting my viewership. And this is deliberate. I know it's deliberate, because they need to have, in their eyes, they have to have control over what we do. We are, in their eyes, we are nothing but chattel, and they have to control chattel. Well, we're not chattel. We need to simply, again, I hope this is a clear example of why I'm saying to you, to everybody who's watching me, let us have our own platform. Let us go straight ahead. Make sure that we build our own platform that works for us, that serves us. Don't forget, if you're coming to, when you're joining me on YouTube, don't forget, give us a thumbs up, share the broadcast, help us reach more people. It is very, very frustrating to be in this situation where I'm not allowed to, is it what? Okay, come on, get going. I need this information to be out there so you can see it. So now, it is really, really important that we understand why I need you to go to my YouTube channel right now. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to us on there, because TikTok, they are just limiting the number of people who I can reach. And this is, I mean, I'm not using any swear word. You've not had me use a swear word. I've said, why are black women going missing? That's the question I asked. And that seems to be a crime in their eyes. For the life of me, I don't understand why that is a crime, to simply pose a question. Why are black women going missing? And we have a right to ask that question, because it is happening far too often. And what is worse is that the mainstream media are not covering this. They are simply not covering it. And it is not a crime for me to ask that question, to say, okay, why is it that this is happening? Can you please explain to us what it is that you are trying to justify by sort of not covering what is clearly something that is impacting lives of many people who are in this community? Why is it that you refuse to actually cover this kind of important information? So I'm going to try and share that with you now. I want you to, because I need you to see it. There's no point in me. I'm going to bring that back up. Beg your pardon. So I'm going to bring that back up. So I'm still here. Okay, I am here. Good. Thankfully, it's not gone yet. I don't know. Sometimes the network, I don't even know what they're doing on TikTok. Sometimes the thing just goes without any warning. My pictures, I've noticed 1 or 2 things are happening on TikTok. And to be honest with you, I don't have any confidence in either in that platform anymore, as somebody who's keen to talk about. Sorry about this, not that. So I just want to just show you. So I don't know if you can make sense of what I've just shown you there. So you can see now on the screen, if you're watching, see if I can I make that bigger? Yeah. So you can see this behavior is not in line with our policies. Gifting is suspended in this live for 10 minutes. Reason, future continuous and monotonous actions without clear objectives, sustaining engagement. What do you mean? I'm talking about things. I'm trying to build my crowd. Can you see the excuses that they're coming up with? Please go right now. If you're watching me live on TikTok, Go right now to my YouTube and subscribe. Help us grow the platform. They're now coming up with spurious excuses as to what I'm doing wrong. I'm talking to the people. I'm making a discussion. I'm trying to build something, and they don't like that. So you've seen that now on the screen. I wanted to just see, so that I'm showing you, this is why we need our own social media, our own internet system. We need a system that is totally a stand-alone, totally serving the needs and the needs of Africans on the African continent. We need to do this. And please, as you're watching, do share and please give us a thumbs up. Go right now to my YouTube channel, Citizen AY, hashtag CITIZENAY, capital A, capital Y. Go there, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. The more you subscribe, the more you give us a thumbs up, the more we reach more people. Now, I'm going to try and go ahead and read this now. But yet again, like I said, right now, there are over 887 people who are behind the scenes, who are looking at me. You see, they say we're not restoring search results. They're not putting me in search results. This is what I mean. They don't want to have this discussion. And I don't know. I can only speak about what concerns me and what concerns my community. And there is nothing wrong. But if they can, they are very quick to support other communities, to really listen to the concerns of other communities. But when it comes to black communities, they don't want us to speak our own truth. They don't want us to speak truth to power about what concerns us, what impacts us, and what is actually hampering our development as a group of people. And we do not need to ask or seek right from anybody. You see, here we go. Gifting suspended. You see, here we go. Gifting suspended again. They're trying to really attack what I'm doing. And I find this. Please go ahead to my YouTube channel and subscribe. I find this. It is really. I had to focus, on what is what I'm doing here. So this is unfair, and this is unjust. This is unjust. They literally. I'm not using any swear word, and they are just intent on blocking me at every step of the way. We're only talking too much. Ancestors. No, listen, I'm trying to wake us up, but the problem is I'm being blocked. So I wanted to go on with the discussion, but I'm having to try and explain to you why I'm having issues, But anyway, let's carry on. Okay, I'm going to carry on. I'm not going to listen to that now. So, here we go. There has been speculation online about whether someone could be targeting black people, particularly black women, the group said. This is Rejoice Okechukwu, March 13, 2026, People's Gazette. So, a UK-based advocacy group for black women has raised concerns over a troubling pattern involving missing black women, later discovered unalived across the UK. So let us read on. Please tap and share, and please do get involved in the discussions. I really do need your support. One of the reasons I have not been coming on air on a regular basis is because I have found that every time I go on air, TikTok finds a way to block me. And it is really, or just reduce my viewership, my reach. And that is why I have been reluctant to come on TikTok and be talking on a regular basis, because I just find that they just keep interfering in our broadcast. But anyway, let's go on and talk about this. So here we go. So in an Instagram post on Wednesday, the group highlighted the 5 cases involving 4 Nigerian women and 1 Kenyan, whose disappearances ended with their bodies found in rivers, lakes, or offshore waters. It's almost like a ritual. Do you not agree? Do you not think? This is almost like a ritual. As I'm talking to you now, there's over 200 people who have seen this broadcast, but there's only 5 who are live watching me, because for whatever reason, they don't want this program to spread, So greetings, power, and greetings and welcome. So it is very, very important that we really understand what is going on. Let me carry on again. So the victims were identified as Blessing Olusegun. Let me get a picture of the ladies up, because I want you to have that picture. 1 second, please. Let me get the pictures up so that we can hopefully they will show you. Okay, let's carry on. The victims were identified as Blessing Olusegun, Kayon Williams, Taiwo Balogun, Samaria Ayanle, and Edna Mbali Ombako. Now, these are, let me show you the pictures of the women here so you can see. Are they up there? I wonder if you can see. So you can see that these are some of the women here. Now, I don't know which is which. I'd like to know, and I wanted to get that information. But please, if you're a black woman, I wanted you to come on. I'd like you to be a guest and tell me how this impacts you. You know, it won't let you see. They're not letting you exactly. They won't let you repost to me because they just don't want me to speak about this. Do you guys see why we need our own platform? Because on other platforms, they are blocking. On Facebook, I am being blocked. On TikTok, I am being blocked. On, you know, I mean, this is just like they just don't want to. Thank you very much, Paran. I'll add you and maybe you can say a few words. If anybody wants to join me and speak, you're welcome to do so. I've not been able to, I haven't been coming regularly because every time I come on TikTok, this is what I face. Every time, the last 3 or 4 shows I do, when I'm doing a live broadcast where people are coming on, I am ending up in a situation where I am being blocked. Greetings, Paran. How you doing?
Big up, African.
Big up, my brother. Yes. How you doing?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's a little bit of an echo. I think it's fixed now. Okay. So I just want to say to everybody, please share out the live to at least a couple of your friends, or 10 or 12 of your friends, and because this is going on all over this app, and it's horrendous because other groups can talk about anything and everything. They don't have to use coded language. They don't, this is another humiliation upon African people and other marginalized groups. But being that I'm an African citizen, A is an African, and probably most of his listeners are Africans, that's really who we're talking to, because those are the grounds on which we are being marginalized. I don't want to take away from this very important topic, our sisters being lost, and so I'm going to be quiet and go back to listening. And I just want to say I love everybody for free. Stay vigilant and don't be cowards. Be revolutionary.
Thank you so much. They've approved it. Thank you so much. Paran, I need to ask you a question. There seems to be some similarity. Could you tell us about what is going on in the U.S.? All over the U.S., there are thousands of women going missing every month. And it seems to be in the UK where there seems to be the same pattern that's coming up. I wonder if you could tell us about what is going on in the US in terms of women going missing and which states are impacted the most, if you can. Thank you.
Unfortunately, I don't have definite data, but I know it's tens of thousands that I have read about. I think the number is somewhere around 25,000 a year.
Wow.
Go missing.
Wow.
There are people that look like us, and the largest quantity of them are women.
You see?
And a lot of these people are being reported. From what I have observed, they're being reported. They're either not being reported at all on a media stage. Their family members have to get the message out on social media, and then when they're found, there's some odd circumstances to it, like the brother is saying, something which seems ritualistic. I encourage everybody to go and look at what has been going on in Houston, Texas right now. People coming up missing, look like us, people who don't have, who seem to be living ordinary lives, not participating in any particularly strange or dangerous behaviors. And they just playing it off like it's normal circumstance. Young people going out into, going out on normal excursions and coming up missing, or even losing body parts and such. When they find them, they find that they don't have all their organs and so on and so forth. So I concur. It is my opinion that not in every case, but in many of these cases, there is something that seems ritualistic, and there are certain groups of people who we can identify that seem to have this trophy mentality, if you understand what I'm saying.
Thank you so much, Paula, and thank you for that very important piece of information that you gave us just now. I've just looked up Houston briefly, and they talked about they talked about a lady just now, Jade Ellis McKissick, 2025, 20-year-old University Houston student. Yeah, and you talked about university student reported missing in September 11, 25 after last being seen by near Braze Bayou. Her body was recovered days later in Bayou. While initial concerns were high, police reported no immediate signs of trauma or foul play. Felicia Marie Johnson, a 24-year-old, traveled to California, Houston for work. She vanished after leaving the nightclub. Her remains were later found in Sam Houston National Forest. A man was charged with her murder. The reports noting she was one of several black women to go missing in the area around that time. Now, this is what we are saying. So we cannot ignore what is being said, what we're looking at here. Now, there seems to be they don't want to talk about this because, like I said, there are thousands, like Paran said, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of black women have gone missing, body parts gone. So again, and in the UK now, there's this thing to do with ritualistic water thing. Thank you very much, Paran, for that. Let me give him a round of applause for his for coming in and giving us that important information. Now, please, I welcome ladies. Please, I'd love you to join us and speak. I know I don't know if I could bring Vanna May. I know short notice this, and one of the reasons I've not been doing my live broadcast is because I've just been having too much interference from from TikTok, with blockings and everything else, and I'm just tired of it. So it's like trying to break your momentum, and you can't break me. But I just know I don't want to waste my energy. I'm trying to make sure I use the energy in the right way. That's why I'm saying to you, if you're watching me right now, go to my YouTube and subscribe on my YouTube channel. Go and subscribe to me there. And, I'm doing it's being streamed live right now. And if you subscribe there, make sure you give us a thumbs up. TikTok will still use it, but I am very, very disappointed in what is being done. So here's I'm trying to find more people. Yeah. So I'm trying to find, searching for missing teen 2 years ago. Corinne is a black female, 5 foot tall, 114 pounds with black hair. These are what is going on. So we're talking about missing people and people winding up unalived. Same thing in the US. We're seeing similarities. For all we know, there might be even more. Who's to say that there are not more black women going missing in the UK, but they are not being reported because the press is not putting the focus on it? You see, this is why I keep saying we need our own social media so we can get information across to our communities about what is going on, because this is not acceptable at all that black women are going missing. And let me just see. So the missing needs your help locating missing teen who went missing last week. So there she is, So these are, I'm just showing you now. Let's go to the UK one. Let us go to the UK one. If I can find it for you. I hope it comes up. Give me 1 sec. Where is it? Here we go. So, yeah. Okay. So that's the UK one there. Now, there are similarities clearly. Poran, thank you so much for that. And I'm so glad that you were able to help in actually seeing the patterns. And that's what we have to understand. We need to understand what is the pattern. Why are they going missing? So the names I mentioned thus far to you, I mentioned 5 names, but there are more. There are more. So let us read all of them out. And, we call on our ancestors to accept them with open arms amongst them. they've been taken in a gruesome manner, and and it looks, to be honest, all of them have been taken by the water, a river, or some sort of shore, whatever it is, which suggests to me some kind of a, I don't know, but if it's not a coincidence that they are somewhere around water when this is happening, and that is a concern. Why? And why are the mainstream media refusing to talk about this? Now, let us go ahead. Please, as you're watching me, go ahead to my TikTok or YouTube, subscribe to Season LY on YouTube, hit notification button, give us thumbs up. And if you're watching me on TikTok, share the broadcast. Let's hear your views. I'm gonna try and see if I can get find some people to join me. If I can find somebody, I wanted to find out to join me. She may not. We haven't spoken for a bit, and I understand. But like I said, it's just been very, very difficult to speak with what's going on. I found it incredibly frustrating that when I try and do things, it is I'm getting a kind of deliberate interference, and it's deeply annoying. But let's carry on anyway. So the victims were identified as Olusegun, Blessing Olusegun, Keyon Williams, Taiwo Balogun, Samara Ayonle, and Edna Mbali Ombako. The organization said the cases showed missing black women often received less media attention, public awareness, and support. Those of you watching me on this platform, please share this broadcast. Make it reach as many people as possible, because this is our information. If we do not share information among ourselves like this, by supporting platform like mine, who is bringing this information out, we will not be able to know what is happening to us within our communities in the diaspora, and we need that information. Thank you very much, those of you who are joining me on YouTube. Don't forget, as you're watching me on YouTube, make sure you're giving us a thumbs up. The thumbs up is very important. When you're giving us a thumbs up, it reaches more people, because we are talking about very important subject: black women going missing in our communities, and the mainstream media refusing to talk about it. So we need your support. We really do need your support. Please tap, share, help us grow the platform, help us reach more people. I know that TikTok has been really messing with our broadcast, and that is it's been bringing the viewership down, and it's almost like it's like a psyop. It is like psychological oppression to try and make you fed up. But I'm not going to give up. I'm doing as much as I can. I'm talking about it. I'm raising information. I'm bringing the awareness, and this is what we're trying to do here. So let's carry on. So, each woman had a life and a family and people who loved them. The group stated every disappearance deserves urgency, visibility, and thorough investigation. According to the group, Miss Olusegun, 21, a student with care and care worker from South London, disappeared in September 2020 while on work placement in Bexhill-on-Sea. Her body, her body was discovered on the beach later, and an autopsy report concluded she drowned, with the police saying there was no evidence of a third-party involvement. How can somebody who is hale and healthy and young person suddenly wind up dead on the beach, and you're saying there is no third-party involvement? How does that even make sense? What and that shows the police. Is this a cover-up by the police? Is this a orchestrated planning system the police are part of? These are the questions we should be asking as a community. And again, this highlights why I have been saying, and I continue to say, that we need our own media platforms. We need our totally independent media platforms that is going to be with its roots in Africa. We need that, so that we can talk about what is going on with us in our communities and raise awareness in our communities. There are few more people joining us on YouTube. Please do not forget, we need the thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. Hit the like button. The more you hit the like button, the more it will reach more people. We need to talk about this important issue, and please share the broadcast, share the live, and leave comments. I would read as much of the comments as I can, even though on TikTok as well. If you do want to join me live, you're welcome. This was something that is of a major concern, and that's why I am raising this issue right here. Now, okay, so Miss Williams, 24, a fashion blogger, was reported missing after leaving a night out in London in July 2022. Her body was discovered in the Thames River 4 days later. Why is it that there? Can you see there's a recurring theme? The first lady ended up in the sea. The next one in the Thames. So let's carry on. Let me see. Authorities said there were no suspicions of her death, but her disappearance sparked criticism about what several people described as limited media coverage while she was missing. This is what we're meaning. So we need, again, we are calling on, and in fact, it is now something that we're calling, and we're supporting. I want to take this opportunity to really support the great work being done by the Alliance of Sahel States. The Alliance of Sahel States have their own media, and perhaps one of the things I'm going to try and do, we need to try and find out how to have them in contact, because we should probably be working more with the Alliance of Sahel States, because it seems like the African Union and the West African whatever the ECOWAS and all of that, they are puppets of the West. But AES are for Africans. So we need to begin to, I'm going to try and see if I can find a way to connect with the press, the AES press, so that we can be able to get information out and start sharing information about important things like what is going on right now. We need our own media space, because the media do not see the things that is harming us, nor do they accept or even report on the things that is harming black families. That's the reality of it. That is why we are totally justified in calling for, and indeed urging us all to build our own media platform, to build our own entirely independent media platform, so that information that is important to save the life of a black person is out there, so that people can take action to protect themselves, to build. This is no longer about talking now. We are not waiting. Please don't misunderstand me. I am not asking for a penny from the system that's oppressing us to fund this. No, we don't need a penny from the system that is ignoring our plight. We don't need a penny from them. This must be funded by us, and we need to do a better job somehow of awakening our government, our African leaders, our African government, to understand the need for them to actually have an independent media, so that they can solve the problems that we face. Oftentimes, many African leaders, they don't even know the problems, or they are oblivious to the problems of their community, because oftentimes they are listening to information about their community from the very people who are oppressing the community. Can you see how mad this thing is gone? Can you see how deep this is gone? Thank you very much, Usman Toure. Thank you. Let me follow you back. This is what we cannot do this anymore. These ladies here, the press for months now, they've not been talking about it. And the only way we will get our voices heard in this is when we come together and create a platform for us. That platform has to serve our need. It is no longer about waiting. Like I said, we do not need a penny from the system that is denying what is happening to our women. A system that does not see it fit to mention that, to actually publicize the fact that our women are going missing. We do not need a penny from that system, because any penny you take from that system, they are going to put a proviso that whatever they do, you do not mention it, or they will make restrictions on what the very thing you're trying to achieve, which is awareness. So we have to be entirely independent, and I maintain it. I say it. As Africans on the African continent, one of the first things, we need 3 things in Africa. We need our own security. We need our own media. And we need our own, we need one Africa. We need one passport in Africa. Security, media, one security in Africa. Because once we get those in place, we will now determine what happens on the African continent. We have to be in control on what is happening on the African continent, you know? Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes. So it is, please share this broadcast. Help us reach more people. Oh, sorry about this. That's me. Oh, goodness. I do apologize for that noise. Okay. So you can see now, they are never going to talk about what is harming black community, black families, because we're not important to them. They're not going to put it on the mainstream media. You will never hear about these black women on the mainstream media. You won't see it on BBC. You won't see it on ITV. You won't see it on Sky. You won't see it on CNN. So, because that is the proof, if you have any doubt about the system that's skewed against you, the system makes sure that you are invisible. A system that wants you to remain in the shadows will not talk about you. It is as simple as that. A system that doesn't want you to be recognized will simply not talk about you. Please, you're watching, don't forget, go ahead to my YouTube channel, Citizen AY, and give us the thumbs up, subscribe, like, share, give us thumbs up on YouTube. Help us grow the platform. Ultimately, like I said, we need our own functioning social media. I don't know, has anybody used Circle of late? Because I've tried to join them. There's been some sort of problem with Circle. It's not really functioning as it should. But we need support. Again, I've called on billionaires. I've been saying that African billionaires, if you say you're a billionaire in Africa and you don't have an independent social media to talk about the concerns of your people so that you can hear firsthand from them without any interference from the Western media system, then you are just a billionaire. You're actually poor. You are you're psychologically and mentally poor, because you are not able to visualize and understand that your wealth, having just one person wealthy in a land where there's billions, where we are literally should all be billionaires, that is something wrong. That is the point at which you should be thinking, why is it that I'm the only one who's a billionaire when we have this amount of resources in our land, and we can benefit and we can all be billionaires and have the quality of life that I have? That is communal thinking that I expect from those who say they are billionaires. So we are calling on you now. You can see now with these ladies now, the mainstream media are not carrying this. Every single billionaire, African billionaire right now, that you're watching me, your people, this could be somebody related to yourself in some way, shape, or form that looks like you, has the same eye color as you, hair, yes, that looks like you, but yet this media does not recognize them or will not talk about them. What do you think will happen to you when the time comes? Do you think the media will care about what happens to you? Why not build a media that will protect your community? Why not invest in a media that's going to protect your people, that will raise concerns so that we can begin to solve our problems? Because without seeing a problem, when a problem is out of mind, out of sight is out of mind. Out of sight is out of mind. So we need to begin to really understand that we don't need a system. When a system tells you, when somebody tells you who they are, believe them. The system is not covering. Let me read you what they said here. She said here, authorities said there was no suspicion of her death, but her disappearance sparked criticism about what several people described as limited media coverage while she was missing. So what that means in plain English was that the media, when they were trying to raise awareness of her going missing, the media, you see, the first 24 hours of anybody going missing is so crucial. Go and take anybody's any police or anybody who does a missing persons thing. This is what they say. The first 24 hours is crucial. In that 24 hours, had it been the mainstream media did not become selective or biased in their thinking, that could have been enough time for somebody to see something somewhere and raise that awareness and maybe saved her life. But that time, we are denied that. And this is why I'm saying that black problems becomes invisible to a racist or to that system. And that is why we are better off building our own. We cannot, if you take any funds from this system that doesn't see you, that money will come with restrictions, limitations. We need to build something that is going to work for us, that will be entirely ours, totally independent. with not even 1 penny or 1 cent coming from the system that doesn't see our plight. This is what it's about now for us. And we need to be thinking deeper than just saying, oh, I'm getting crumbs. I'm getting crumbs. Now, let's go forward a little bit more. So, Mrs. Balogun, 53, went missing in London in December 2022 and was found dead 29 days later in a lake, again a lake, near Blue Water Shopping Center. Now, on top of this, in every case, I can tell you something that many people may not be aware of. And this is why we need to talking about this. Many black women, because of colonial restrictions and colonial thinking and everything else, how we've been conditioned and everything else, many women black women aren't able to swim. So the first question that you should be asking, if you knew, this is why I'm saying we need our own platforms. If you know about black women and you heard that they are somewhere in the sea, you will be asking a question. They don't like swimming, is not their strong point. They will not be going there. That should be alarm bells. But the system, look at what the police is saying. Listen to this. The police said in the case of the First Lady. So let me look at the First Lady now. Let me see. Miss Olusegun, there was no evidence of third party. They're not asking the right question because they don't understand about black women. So how can you make a decision about what happened to them when you don't know the kind of the situation and how they roll, how they move, and what their relationship to water? How? Please tell me. You can't make that because, and this is what I'm saying. So the the system doesn't recognize our person, our fears, our concern. It doesn't. So I am saying it categorically. I mean, you've just seen a perfect demonstration this evening. I was trying to broadcast about this, and TikTok was bringing it down. I was not using any swear word. I was not angry. I was just simply talking, and they kept bringing it down. They were bringing, and they're still bringing down. They're not allowing this broadcast to reach as many people as possible. So why should we stay in a system that clearly doesn't want us to have a voice? Why? Why are we intent on staying? We need to wake up. This is about waking us up mentally now to build our own platforms. When we build our own platforms, we can say what we want without anybody coming and saying a cancel culture. Oh, they're saying too much. They're revealing too much. Boom, block them off. Facebook now. Facebook, they timed it. My platform on Facebook has been depressed now. I've got 350,000 followers. Now, in terms of that, on each platform, on 2 platforms, and they said, oh, I posted something back in 2019, and it's only now that they decide, oh, they're going to now activate it and penalize my platform, thereby blocking me from seeing anybody. This is politics. This is deliberate. The best they could do in that situation, that was back in 2019. Okay, look, we see that was done in 2019. We've just taken it down. We can see that you're not posting. I post responsibly now because I'm aware of the impact of my platform. When you have over 350,000 followers, you have to be careful of what you are posting many times. I'm not saying you're perfect. I'll get it right 100%, but I'm really careful about what I post, and that should have been a strong consideration. But something that was the post that I posted back in 2019, and I happen to believe that it's to do with Boko Haram, by the way. Anyway, there are issues around that. There are contentions around that. And again, they don't have those facts. They are working on assumptions. Oftentimes, their assumptions are wrong. I've just given you an example now. The police, they will not be aware that women, in fact, black people generally, because of the conditioning and things, they don't tend to like going to the water, certainly not on their own. So that should be an alarm bell. So to just say there was no evidence of third-party involvement, for her to be by that water, there has to be third party already, because we will not be going there. We will not be there, and this is what I am saying that we have to understand, and we have to really understand that There is no point in debating about what they say, whether or not they don't cover us now. We must take that mantle on and make sure that we build our own platforms. That is of immense importance right now. It is of immense. Let me give you an example of why. In the war in Iran against US and Israel, Iran were running a very clever campaign using social media. They were very clever. So not only were they matching US that came to the land to invade and everything else, they were, they in military terms, they were also matching them writing their own media. They're not waiting for the West to write to tell them a story and then they have to then rebut it. They are taking their action. We part of to free ourselves from this bondage. We need our own media, because everything that the media is, they're doing everything they can to make sure that we never have our own media to tell our own version. Because once you put something out, and once we start speaking and people hear a voice, it challenges whatever they write. It challenges it. And they don't even want us to have that opportunity. And to see how powerful them having control over our social media platforms is that they can decide who can be heard and who they don't want heard. They can decide it. And there is nothing you can do about it. So please, as you're watching, tap on the screen, give the platform, help us share the broadcast. You are, of course, listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. It's really important. Bernard, I wanted to bring you on. I wanted to hear your views. Werner, I'd love to hear from a woman about what is going on here and the similarities. So, Werner, I am trying to reach out to you. If you're still there, I'd love to hear from you. Thank you very much, Werner. I'm going to bring you in. And thank you for the rose. Let me try and multi-guest you. I wanted you to talk to me about how you're feeling, about what your thoughts are on this. Because I need you to, we need to hear from women, because, hi, welcome. Hi, Queen Vanna. Hi there. How are you?
Better nice and mighty king.
Thank you.
But I don't even see the subject.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me show you on the screen. I'll just show you.
And quickly. Now I don't hear you.
Okay, hold on. Now, there are here's a subject, Vanna. There are several women going missing in the UK, and they're always found by the sea, dead and unalived. So, and that's a concern, and it's bringing me to what is happening also in the US. In the US, thousands of women are going missing,
yes,
all over. So this seems to be like a similar thing. So I wanted to have what your thoughts are on the similarity, and what do you think is happening in the case of the UK? Is it something that's growing, or has it always been there but hasn't been reported on? Anyway, if you had any ideas on this, because this is quite a concern that young ladies and even up to 50, there was a 53-year-old woman who was found dead found unalive in the sea somewhere. Yeah.
Well, they need our body parts, especially the reproduction. Wow. Yeah. We just have to be aware. I mean, they're doing everything to stay on Earth,
Wow. So say that again. You said they need our body parts for...
Yeah, but for the women, especially, they're being placed in males that want to have babies.
Wow.
Yeah. Then they need, the melanin in one adult black body is worth like $42 million or something like that.
No.
Yeah.
Wow. What? No. There was a guy that I saw. I came across a broadcast about this guy who's his mid-80s, and he was talking about, oh, they need the something from the black women that they wanted, their eggs or something, and the placenta and all of that. So it didn't make sense. But now that you're now saying it, it makes sense to me. Now it makes sense.
Yeah. Well, all the McDonald's in America that are in the BLK neighborhood, they have found RAT meat in there and placenta from boys. You know, so they get them out of here in the hospital. You know, they take that, they use everything.
Wow.
Really.
Wow.
If you check on the market, the stock market, melanin is one of the most valuable substance on that market.
That's right. That's right. You're right. Yeah. Carry on.
Yeah, $500 some dollars a gram. I don't know, but it's a small amount for 500. It's $500 some dollars a gram, or I don't know how much it is, but it's a small amount. Okay, wow. It's one of the most highest stocks on the market. Okay, and if you look at the internet, you can get everything you need from there.
You're right. It says here, it's highly valuable. $450 per gram for melanin. $450 per gram.
But it went down.
Wow. I mean, in fact, it says, back in 2024, it was $750 per gram.
Yes.
This is horrifying.
The wars, like in the Congo, I got an echo.
Go ahead.
These places, the melanin is not going wasted, okay? It's being collected.
Wow.
In all the different places that we are falling, it's being collected. You know, they cannot go into so-called space without having it coated with melanin. Because when melanin gets, what is that? Cold, it turns warm, or when it gets warm, it turns cold.
Yeah, it cools. It cools. It cools so that it doesn't, it cools.
Yeah, so the ship doesn't burn up.
Yeah.
We're the most valuable things on earth, and we don't even know it. I'm so happy to see you doing your favorite with Jari, because all eyes really should be on them. You know they're surrounding them, like in Nigeria. You know what they're doing, right?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. It's all a plan. It's all a plan. They're trying to encircle and then take out, but they'll fail.
Yeah, they already didn't fail. They just don't know it, because he has the total protection needed to get the job done. Ashe.
It is already so.
As long as we work with the ancestors, we are totally protected.
Yeah. You're right.
See, he's taking they're taking all their instruction according to the what do you call those the laws that were given from the women. That's where he's getting it from. You see how they treat the women there. You see, that's a sign of our ancestors. Okay.
Indeed.
He's totally protected. Everything they're gonna do, just like Iran, what they did to us, the U.S.
Yeah.
Everything that they're gonna do is gonna backfire on them.
Yeah.
It's self-destructive.
It is.
They cannot take them down.
No. You're right. No. And I agree with you. I agree. You're so right. And thank you for bringing this information out. Please, those of you watching, don't just watch. Share this broadcast. Share this live. Gift the platform. Gift the guest. And please, of course, go to my YouTube channel and give us a thumbs up and subscribe on the YouTube channel as well. Help us grow the platform. We're really sharing important information about what is happening to our black women on, in fact, on the whole planet. We need to be checking. Is this what is happening in other places around the world? Are you noticing this? We need to be. That's why we need our own social media platform. And we, thankfully, the AES. I'm going to be in touch with them because I've understood that they have their own social media platform that they only allow the news that they want to be from that platform. If you're not part of that AES, you are not even allowed to cover any news on the African platform in Africa, in AES. And there was a lady that the Sky News sent across. And I'm afraid she's a melanated person, and she was covering that news from a very negative point of view. And they said, no, we will tell you what we want you to talk about. You are not going to tell lies about us anymore. We are going to take control of the narrative. And that is what we have to do. So this is really important stuff that you're mentioning now, Queen Vanna. I'm really glad that you're talking about this. Please tap on the screen, share, grow this platform. If you do want to speak about what we're talking about here, the missing black women in UK, please just send me a request to be a guest. I'll bring you on. And if you do have information that can be of benefit, or if you are one of the ladies who've set up this group, let me mention the name of the group. So in case if you do want to speak up and actually contribute to the discussion, we really would. I'd love to hear from you directly. So the group that created is called For Black Women UK. So if any member, if you can send this to them, this broadcast to the For Black Women UK, for them to come and join us. I'd love to hear their views. I really want to speak to hear, because I'm a man, but I am doing this from the point of view of my mom, the black woman. I am the son of a woman, a black woman. So this concerns me. And my daughter is, a black woman. So all of these are things that are of immense importance. So we need to be talking about. Lady Max, greetings and welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So I'm going to, please, I want to hear from, as many black women as possible on this issue. Because like I said, Verna May has told us some very important. I'm going to actually bring that video out. I'll see if I can find it. The video where the man was talking about that the eggs of black women, they've got amazing genes and they want some of it. He said, we want some of that kind of thing. And he was talking about it in a very, very matter-of-factly and in a way that was like possessive and sort of entitled. So we have to understand what is going on. Why are our black women, why are they going missing? So please, if you're watching it, and people who, Black Women UK, I think it is, it's called For Black Women UK, send this to them. We'd love to hear their views. We want to give this as much airtime as possible because this concerns our community. And this demonstrates exactly why I have been stating this on the platform. Many of you following Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. You would have heard me say that we need our own platform, because without our own platform, we will not be able to tell our own stories. We will not be able to share information that is actually going to enrich, to empower, to get our people to actually begin to stand up for themselves and make sure they reject any negative narrative. So if you notice now, the mainstream media, they're very quiet about what is going on. What this kind of unaliving of black women, by the sea. And like I said, many people, I'm saying in our public now, people will know now, many African women, because of the conditioning, except if you are living in places like close to a river and not too, shall we say, religiously inclined, many of them were actually fearful of water, and they don't like to go to the water. Thank you very much, Vanna May. Thank you. I'll bring you back again. I'm really grateful for your comments there, and I'll bring you back. But that is information that the mainstream media don't even know, or they may even know, but they don't even want to share, because it would actually bring it will belie everything that the police are saying. The police should be listening to the community. They should be asking questions. They should be sharing. They should be making sure that the mainstream media are actually getting this out there. But the mainstream media, they are showing us who they truly are. They don't care about the plight of what is happening to black women. They don't. If not, they would have shared it. Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah. So please keep sharing the broadcast. I really appreciate each one of you as you're watching, and let's carry on. So let me just see here now. So I'm just going to go forward a bit more. There's one more I wanted to read. So this one is a particularly difficult one for me. Miss Balogun 53 went missing in London in December 20 and was found dead 29 days later in a Lake Blue Water shopping center. Police said the death was not treated as suspicious. Now, hi, Farida. Okay, greetings, Farida. Hi, how are you doing? You good? Yeah, it's good to speak to you. So we're talking about black women going missing and ending up unalived in the river. The group also mentioned the death of a 90-year-old student, Samaria Anyon, studying Japanese and history of art at SOAS University School of University of London. She was last seen on February 22nd, 2024, and was reported missing after university staff alerted the police weeks later. Her body was discovered 5 days later, the report said. In 2026, Ombako, 31, a Kenyan and a master's student at York St. John University, was reported missing on February 1st after going for a walk. Her body was found on March 9th following weeks of search efforts by family, friends, members of the community. While authorities said several of the deaths were non-suspicious, the organization said the frequency of similar cases had prompted questions among community members. There has been a speculation online about whether someone could be targeting black people, particularly black women, and disposing their bodies in water. The group said black women deserve protection, black women deserve urgency, black women deserve to be found. It also called for a greater transparency in investigations, equal media coverage for missing person cases, and stronger mental health support for black men. So that's the story in short. So what am I saying? Why am I bringing this to our attention? I've said it before, times without number, on this platform, that we need our own social media platform. We have to have our own social media platform because, one, we need to take control of our own narrative. The mainstream media, they only tell the news from their perspective. So when you are reading that news about black people, the mainstream media are telling you what they want you to think. They're not telling you what the news is. Can you see the difference? They are telling you how they want you to think and respond to the news. They're not telling you what is happening so that you can make a decision. They are saying, as a black person, this is how you have to accept that news, and this is how you must interpret it. And that way, it is actually a psychological, the mainstream media is a psychological tool on the minds of Africans, melanated people. It is important that we understand that. And I've said that without a shadow of doubt. I'm experienced enough as a person, as a man of advanced years, to be able to say this categorically. And we have to make sure that the information that is coming into our communities is information that we control. We have a black-owned platform. Okay, Vanna, please, do tell me, please. Okay, bring that up again. I'd love to. Are you talking about Circle? I'd love to, because I'm trying to get back into Circle. So, Vanna, thank you for coming back in again. Tell us about the platform. Go ahead. Is it Circle you meant?
Okay. No. It's not owned by us.
There you go.
We have one that's owned by us. It's called the Black. I don't know, but it's the Black platform. I don't remember the name.
Okay,
but it's owned and operated by us.
Okay. Are you?
We have our own satellite.
Do you mean fan base? You don't mean fan base, do you?
No.
Okay.
It's called the Black Channel. I don't know what it's called.
Okay. If you can, when you do research it, do let me know. I'll do some digging as well.
Yes.
And we'll pass it on. Brilliant. Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very
We
good.
just started it a couple of months ago.
Okay. Okay. If we can, does anybody know the platform that Queen Vanna is talking about? If you do, just type it on here so that we can begin to, to gravitate towards that, because we're tired of being cancelled. We are tired of being sanctioned. We're tired of being muted and all of that stuff. But no,
Yeah.
thank you for bringing that on. Go ahead, go ahead. Were you gonna say something, Queen Vanna?
No, I just want to say it, but it's our fault that we don't have. Now we have it. Okay, so I just can't remember the name. You know, it's kind of late here.
Yeah, I understand.
But it's available.
Okay, okay. If you do come across it,
As
just
soon as I find it, I'll give it to you.
brilliant, brilliant. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. So like I was saying, so we do, like, again, and we don't need just one. We need even 4, 10. Because if you think about it, we need it across in such at such an amount we can be able to combat the myriad of all of this negative information about what it means to be a black person. We have to combat it. And it is taking action like this. We cannot, it's no longer about just standing by the side and saying they did wrong. No. We must build this. So kudos to those who created that platform. We need to make sure now that we build our own platforms and we protect it. And we make sure that the information automatically is what we allow in our communities. Because it is, you see, when you get in negative information about who you are, it will impact your community. That is what has happened to us. Yeah. When you are getting negative information about who you are and the stories, and they're not telling the full story of your history, your proper history, it will affect your thinking. And that is what we have been going through, a psychological oppression by having this mainstream media being force fed into our minds via TV, via radio, and social media. Thankfully now we are waking up. So we need to do this work. So I advocate unequivocally for us to make sure that we support platforms like the new one that Vanamea just said now. I'd like to find the name of that company, and believe me, I want to be in there. AES are doing something, and I need to get that information, because the AES they're controlling what comes into community, into the Alliance of Sahel States. They're not allowing any of the Western media to infiltrate or to have a foothold in the Alliance of Sahel States. The media that is in the Alliance of Sahel States are controlled, are for the benefit of Africans, getting the information out about Africans. Right. And this is what we need to do. If you do not take control of your media, perhaps I'm saying to you, it is the most powerful tool that they've used against us. It is the most powerful tool. And because what they write is what we accept. Like I said to you at the beginning, when they are going to, when the mainstream media are going to write a story that will have an impact from black people, they don't write the story as it happened. They write it as they want us to react to it, so that we are going to accept whatever they say without any question. That is what they're going to write. Whereas if they're going to write, yeah, go ahead.
And King, you know what? The thing about that's why we're so messed up. All the books that we are reading, all the knowledge that we are fighting against each other about, we're so separated, because all the different names that they have given us around the world have separated us. Even on separation, the people on the same land, the people on the continent, the people in North America, we have been so separated, trying to define ourselves, and not only that, but we're destroying the protection that we have is from our ancestors, but that we don't know our and our greatness. We're just watching everything happen, and everything that I hear people talking about is not the solution, but what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking so much about what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
but actually, every black BLK platform should be talking about Trari more than anything else. Okay, talking about other things that are very help. I mean, that make us aware of what's going on around us, because we are being picked off like they're at a target range.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
everywhere you turn, we are being taken away from here. And it's because it's a lack of knowledge. First of all, knowledge of self, and then knowledge of the greatness of just being melanated and being in this time. And then knowledge, and then love of self. Just to love yourself so much, so in thankfulness for that you are melanated. And once we get to that point, it's over for everybody else. Because as they love themselves, even though they love themselves so much that they'll all get together to do a destruction. Okay, up under the WHITE.
Yes.
Title. And we here we are melanated people. They've taught us so bad that okay, black is bad. No. Nothing grows without darkness. Nothing. And it's the highest vibration.
Yes. Yes.
And before, in order to get in the mystery school or the high school, the priestess school, you had to be blue, black. Okay? That was the code. Okay? Anything else was seen as less than against the sunshine or God. Anything else. But they have we are so divided. How is it in the hell can people, just come in and just take our women away or destroy our women? What's happening? Because we're so distant. We don't look out after each other. We don't love ourselves, so how can we love each other? That should be, we're the only people that they can just come and take us away and destroy us.
Yeah.
Because, when I was a child, everybody had food. And if you didn't have food, the neighbors made sure you had food. And sometimes when I go to come to the continent, and I see people in limousines or their big cars passing by people that don't have no money and no food, and they don't even look at those people.
No.
And I'm not. America is the same way now.
Yeah.
We don't take care of each other because we don't know how great we are. We don't know that we're the first people. We created everything. And we don't know that we are the greatest people on earth. And because they have named us all these different names, we're still living by those names. And when you think about it, please stop clapping. When you think about it, it's a disgrace to our ancestors. It's a disgrace to our ancestors that we are calling ourselves names given to us by our enemies. And those names have separated us.
Yeah.
We don't care about each other. It has made it be something that we don't even know. That just to be melanated is the greatest gift on earth. That's what they all want. That's what they all need to keep staying here. And they're getting it from us because we don't care about our neighbor.
Yeah.
We feed our family. That's all. We got to wake up. And we got to get knowledge. It says when knowledge goes through the whole world, the end of this time, how can all these women be unalive? Because the people that are doing that, they are so together. plan, oh, we're gonna get that one this night. We're gonna get that one. We have no damn plans because we're so busy arguing about who we are, which part of the world we came from, instead of seeing ourselves as one people. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. I'm going to sit with what you just said for a minute, Vaname. I'm going to say, I want to, I want to sit with what you just said. We lost who we are, in essence. We've been told different names, and we fight around those different names against each other when we should be standing together as melanated people around the world. We're just one melanated people around the world. Doesn't matter whatever name they call us. We are just one, and we need to really remember that. And thank you for the passion. I so love the passion that you bring when you're speaking about this, Vaname, and we need more of that, and long may it continue. It is really important that we actually communicate in this way. You see, we are social people, and we must never ever forget that. We are big community people, and the individualism that has been programmed into our minds by this system is designed that way so that they can manage us into tiny bits. So we must, we fight each other whilst they feed on our very existence. Thank you. So I'll bring in Lady Max 246 if you want to chip in as well. Bokenzi, thank you very much. And thank you, Vanna May. Honestly, what your words are very impactful, and I do hope many people we are taking in what Vanna May said. Please, we welcome gifts on this platform. Subscribe to us, help us grow the platform, and also please sign up to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. You can also sign up to us. There's a link. If you do want to sign up, I can send you the link. Just type in, just to type sign up, and to everybody who writes a sign up, I'll send you the link for you to be able to join me, and get a monthly letter, because we do need to do a lot of work ourselves beyond these platforms. Again, like I said, we have to prepare. Ultimately, I just having our own platform in the next a range of platforms in the next 2 years. I don't see why we cannot have our own totally independent platform from beginning of of putting the cables in the ground to the network system to everything around it to the platform that will come up within 2 years, at minimum 10, because we need that. That is how we're going to heal our communities. We're having too many of these negative platforms really causing serious damage to our communities. Bokenzi, greetings and welcome. What would you like to say? Let's hear from you.
Oh, good morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
I greet you.
Greetings.
I greet you. Thank you so much. I have not listened enough, but I can pick one or two things from what you have said. I believe you are advocating for us to dissociate ourselves from the legacy media that we have in the US. I believe that's the cause of the matter.
That's correct.
Oh, thank you so much. That means I did that. I'm a fast learner.
Yeah.
That's a good one on my part. But I want to believe that America is a country of liberty, the country of freedom. People can exercise their rights in any way they deem fit, in as much as they are not breaking the law. Like, I'll give an example. There are two major parties in the US. You have the Republicans, the Conservatives, and the Democrats, which are they are the free force. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And basically, you agree with me that they exercise a form of control on those media houses. Like, if you want news that favors the MAGA group, the Republicans, you go for Fox, CBS, and some other news outlets like that. If you want news that are leaning towards the Democrats, CNN, and some other news outlets. I can't remember them, but I know that CNN has Fox. That the major two media houses over there. So the point I'm trying to make is this: you can see two major news outlets. They are giving room to thrive because they operate on a free world.
YouTube, please give us a fun thumbs up. Make sure, don't forget to watching us on YouTube.
That means anybody can say anything they like, in as much as they're not breaking the law. So basically, I mean, there is room for, banters, there is room for, cross-examining, examination of news, strike balance. To me, that is beautiful. And I encourage that. I love that.
Bokenzi, I you know what you just said now. Sorry I like what you're saying in terms of, you see, on paper, what you're saying about the US, about the Democrats and the Republicans, on paper, it sounds very, very good. Sounds really, really good. But you see, there's a lady next to you here on this platform, Vanna Mae. She's from America. She can tell you the African-American perspective and the black experience that the black people experience from both the Democrats and Republicans that you're talking about. I wonder, Vanna Mae, would you mind to just shed some light on that?
Wait. Let me state this. Let me state this.
Go ahead.
I believe the blacks, they're in the minority in America. I believe they're in the minority. So basically, of course, they've suffered a lot from the past, the slavery,
and they still continue to do so.
And they try as much as possible to equalize things over there. They provide opportunities for them to maybe meet up with the other races. Don't forget that blacks are not the only minority. The Chinese, they are part of the minority. We've had the Japanese, we've had the Hispanics, they are part of the minority. Some other ways, like some other people like that, they've come around and they don't really play that game.
Okay. 1 second, Bokenzi. Let me ask Vanna Mae. Vanna, are you there? Did you hear what he said? I'd like to. Can you shed some light on what he's saying there? Because I'd just like to, because you have the experience.
No, I didn't understand everything because it's kind of low.
Okay. Basically, he was saying that the Democrats and Republicans, that they have a very good system and they are fair to the people and they run a very good system, and that the black people are treated fairly.
No, not at all. Not at all. We are fighting every day. There's not a minute that goes by that one of us with melanated skin is not is taken away from here. Okay, especially in America. Okay, we're the first ones on the front line in any type of WAR. Okay. We're the ones that they're giving that spoke Mary with all these different things that unalive you.
Yeah.
We're the ones that eating the food that they make in laboratory from cells, not real meat. They're doing everything. The water is being polluted. Everything to take us out of here. No, it's a constant fight. It's a constant fight.
Can you tell him about
and anybody believe in election, we are behind the time. You never elect anyone. They already know who they're gonna. That's just an act to keep us quiet. They already have it so long before the election is finished. They know who's just gonna be the winners. Okay, every one of them are connected and they are appointed. There's no better between the two of them. Okay, it's the worst thing that happened to us. We used to make our own rules in the town or the village we were in, and we were in total peace.
And also, thank you very much for that, Vanna. Also, could you tell us about the real people, black people, were actually the foundation of America? They were the first people of that place. Could you talk more about that, please?
Yeah, for millions of years. Okay, the black in America, you have pyramids that are thousands of years older than the pyramids in Egypt. In fact, the Egypt didn't even start till I think it was the 1700 when they started going over there, taking things from the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon is over 2 million years old. The Grand Canyons have mummies that are much older than the one in Egypt. In fact, Egypt is like a what is that? It's like a theater. You know, but I just give you one simple thing. Why did they change the map? Why did they move the map? I mean, why did they move the continent of Africa at the bottom of the globe when originally it was right up under what they call Canada?
Yeah.
Why did they change that?
Wow. So anyway, yeah.
And another thing too.
You'll come back. You'll come back. Go ahead.
When you know that we were all over the world. We were all over the world. See, the people that we're calling now Africans, before they changed the map, we were all together. You could walk from Africa, or the people that was, you could walk from there to, no, don't clap. That confuses me. You can walk from there to North America.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Akhenaten brother was in the Grand Canyon. Okay, they took so many things. That's why they don't open it up. They you know, like, I mean, we've been on Earth for millions of years. For millions of years, we are the ones that taught everything. And the thing about it is that we're the ones. It was women, and these women were some they call them Amazons. They were the first ones. There's no way a man could be on Earth without coming through a woman. So that's just out of it.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Vaname. Thank you for that insight. And I just wanted to, Buckenzie, they think that we. 1 second. I just want to say that it is important to take in a different reality of our story, because like yourself, many moons ago, I really took on what the mainstream media told me about all of this Democrats and Republicans and how things worked. But it is a spin, and they are normally telling us that story to believe in something that is clearly a falsehood, and that impacts how we view things. And that is why I'm saying we need our own social media platform. But now you've heard what you said, I wonder what your thoughts are, and let's hear from you. Thank you for giving me the time to speak.
Oh, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I heard Renee, she said a lot of things, like, I think I wrote, like,
we can hardly hear you. Can you move closer or turn your mic up? It's very, very faint.
Okay, sorry about that. Like, she made a claim about the fact that Africa was moved from its original position. Like, people could walk from Africa to America, something in that regard. So
yeah, it is true. It's correct.
Like, what did they physically move the continent of Africa from its previous position to the present position right now? Is that what you just alleged? Like, people could walk from Africa to America or something like that?
No, they didn't physically move it. She's talking about the maps. She's talking about how they placed the maps. The maps they played about around them with the maps is what she's saying.
Now, how do you play with the map?
Well,
moving, like, without changing the.
Well, the thing is, the thing is, you see, you have to do a bit more. There are some things that I'm finding out, and I'm, as you know, I'm a Yoruba person, and I'm finding out that there are places where people are actually able to walk walk across to America, even from Africa, even now, from what I'm hearing. So these are all things that is not as hidden from us. I've had it not from one or two people. Right now, of course, it's a long walk, but you can.
Are you saying that? are you saying that Atlantic Ocean, those mighty oceans, don't divide us? Is that the
what,
claim you are
what,
making?
what I can tell you, what I can say to you is that the maps that we're looking at and the reality, there are some issues around it. Of course,
Yeah, they made those maps.
mhm.
They made those maps to keep us separating and fighting over the names that they gave us. Because when they came to America, first of all, Columbus never came to America. He came to the Caribbean.
That's right.
Okay,
At this
and,
point, I give up.
when he,
I give up.
the reason why the Europeans began to come to America, and they were shown the way everywhere the European went after what was 1500. They were shown that way by a Moor.
That's correct.
A Moor, but the Moors were the only ones. They ruled the oceans. They knew all the lands. And so when he thought he was in America, no, he was in the Caribbeans. And then when they start coming back, they with the, it was so we were there, thousands of tribes. The Shantis, the Yorubas, it's a Yoruba town still in America. How did it get there? When did it get there? Not during the slave time. It was originally there from the very beginning. Because we were together.
Wow. Wow. I give up.
We were one people all over the world.
Vename, can I say this? I think I'm old enough to understand a little bit of geography. I'm old enough to understand a little bit of geography. I've seen less developed area undergo transformation. I've seen it with my own eyes. Like for example, I saw it when cities in Lagos State were transforming into cities.
We get that. We get that.
Villages.
Your voice is a bit low again. Your voice is a bit low.
Oh, the point I'm trying to make is this kind of theories, you cannot really prove them.
Okay.
There are theories
Okay.
that only sits in people's imagination.
Okay.
You can't prove it.
Okay. What we
So I give up.
Okay, all right. I will come back and talk some more about it. But what I just want you to see, it's very, very good to have a different view. Definitely to at least look at things and let it sit with you for a bit and look at both sides and see maybe there's something in between. There's something that needs to be explored there. But it was worth sharing and worth talking about. I want to just do something more quickly. We're still talking about the missing Nigerian Kenyan women found dead in UK water, and I want to talk about their names. I want to mention their names because they had names, and those names are important. So the names of the people that were unalived were Miss Olusegun. She was a student care worker from South London. Disappeared 2020 whilst on a work placement in Bexley on Sea. Her body was discovered on the beach. Later, an autopsy report concluded that she drowned, with the police saying there was no evidence of third-party involvement. The one thing I will say to you all, if people who know about black women, Nigerians, they don't swim. There is no explanation as to why and how she got to that place.
That's right.
There is no explanation, and that is a problem right there for the police and others to tell us. So we have to start looking at, and this is why we need our own platforms. This is why, because you see, and the mainstream media will not carry this. So we are saying this so that people are aware of what is happening, because those Yoruba women, they don't swim. They will not have a reason to go to this, and the cold alone. So you see, it is all falling down when they say there was no evidence of third-party involvement. No, they are hiding something, and that is why we must shine a light. The next one, Miss Williams, a fashion blogger, was reported missing after leaving a night out in London in July 2022. Her body was discovered in the Thames River 4 days later. Again, Miss Williams, I think it's what's the first name? Kayon Williams. Again, if it's Yoruba. Now, what again? I'm stating it. I know my people. This is not a question of hearsay. Women and black women, because of the historical wrongdoings that's been done, averse to swimming. They are not going to be coming to any pool anywhere or any at night. So that assertion that they're saying here, they said her body was discovered in the river after leaving a night out. So when when a Yoruba woman is going from a night out, the last place they're going to go to is a river. Authorities said there were no suspicions on her death, but her disappearance sparked criticism that about what several people described as limited media coverage, and they didn't cover it, like I said. So this is what we are saying. We need to raise awareness in our communities. When our girls when you are going out as women, please, may I suggest you tell somebody where you're going, number one. Number two, never go alone anywhere. Please, never. Bukenzi, okay, thank you very much, Bukenzi. Thank you, good night, thank you so much. Never go anywhere on your own, please. It's a suggestion that I only have. Always go in twos, and if you are not sure, if you have any sense of something that is off about where you're going, don't go. Your gut feeling. Never go on your own. Always tell somebody where you're going, and your gut feeling. There is a gut feeling. Our gut is a brain. Our gut is a brain. They don't tell you this, but our gut is a brain. When you feel that fear, when you feel a shiver, when you think of something and it's your gut telling you, it's like an alarm in your system that's telling you something is wrong. Don't go there. Check what you're doing. So those three things: never go alone, make sure you tell somebody, and your gut feeling. If your gut feeling tells you, this don't feel right, don't ignore it. Research why you're feeling that way. If you still feel that way, don't go. Now, the next person.
Very true.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, Mrs. Balogun went missing in London, December 2022, was found dead 29 days later in a lake near Blue Water. Again, I'm saying it. Black woman and water in the sea. Now, I know this is not a hearsay. I'm telling you, you can take this to the bank from me. So when they're telling us, what did they say? The police said the death was not being treated as suspicious. The fact that she is by or in the river, suspicious, because she would never willingly go to the river on her own. Black women have a fear of water. So if they can avoid it, they will not go there. That's the last on their mind. And the answers that we are being given by the authorities is not good enough. And this is what I'm saying.
It's not our nature.
It is not our nature. So this is why we should be asking questions of this. We should be asking serious questions. There's another girl. There's another group also mentioned the death of a 19-year-old student, Samaria Anyole, studying Japanese and history and arts of art and at SOAS University in London. She was last seen in February 22nd, 2024, and was reported missing after university staff alerted the police weeks later. Her body was discovered 5 days late after. Another one, Mrs. Ombako, 31, a Kenyan and a master's student at York St. John's University, was reported missing on February 1 after going for a walk. Her body was found on March 9 following weeks of search efforts by family and friends and members of the community, while the authorities said that several of the deaths were non-suspicious. Again, why are you saying people who what they did is out of character? The people who know them are telling you that what them going missing is out of character, and you're just saying there is nothing suspicious, non-suspicious. What does that even mean? You're not taking the time to understand the black community. This is why we need our own platforms. And I want to ask black police officers in the Met, we need to speak to you to make sure that you are making the people visible. It is your responsibility. When you hear any community where people have gone missing, you take the picture of that black person and put it in your own offices. That's your responsibility to your community of black people. That is your responsibility. Because you cannot just walk by and say, oh shit. No. Because could be your daughter. It could be your aunt. It could be your niece. It could be anybody close to you. Then what will you do? So we have got to be doing this. And again, we need our own media platforms. Let's continue to grow.
King, can I say something?
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
You know, the black policemen, police are like being in the military, okay? I was in the military, and the problem is that you have to follow rules. You have to follow rules. You can't do what you know is right. You must do what they say to do. You understand? They have no power to post it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I agree with you.
Do you understand?
I do. I understand what you mean.
They can't do anything.
No. But what they can do,
they will lose their job.
I know that. But you see, what I'm saying is that they can probably at least say, look, we've heard about this case. Can we look at this? Go to their boss. I've got a picture of this lady. I'm concerned. She's part of my community. Can we put this on the notice board? Can we do some research? I don't, just ask a question, because, or at least, I mean, from what I understand, in London, I think there is a black police union. Let me just check that actually as I speak to you right now. Let me just check that. In fact, I want to find that out. Black police union. Let me see, UK. Let me see if I can find them. So we can tell that black police union. Okay, let me just see if I can find that out. So because we need to be doing this, you're right, absolutely right, Vanna. They have to do this in a space that is safe, that they won't lose their jobs. So the National Black Police Association is primary support organization for black, minority, ethnic police staff and officers in the UK, established in 1998 to promote equality, fairness, positive relations. It acts as a representative body, offering career support, mentoring, and working with black. It's gone off now, I think. Anyway, but the point I'm making is this: black police officers doing what we know. If you can go to that body, for example, and show that picture, and then that body can now go and at least start highlighting this to the appropriate police body in which they found that person, then at least we're taking action. The point in making is that as black people, we need to understand that we must work together to raise awareness, because there is no visibility for us in the mainstream media. There isn't. And until we take that task on collectively, 24/7, it's not going to change. That's not going to change. Sorry. It's not going to change. And that is why we need our own media. So I do hope, but you're right, Vanna May. Please don't go and do this on your own, but make sure that a body like the Black Police Union UK, that is a body that is for black people. It is funded, and it is a body that it is in law that the police cannot do anything against. So that is a way in which people can go. But I mentioned that because we cannot be silent, and we know that the mainstream media are deliberately working with the police in not having this information about the black women going missing, coming out. And the question I want us all to think about is this: it is quite possible, I don't have facts to back this up, but it is quite possible that the pictures that you see here, these ladies you see on here, that there are more black women than we're being told that are missing. It is quite possible. I'm not saying, I'm not trying to be alarmist, but I'm saying that because the mainstream media are not carrying it, this may just be the tip of the iceberg from all we know. So these women here, they are just a tip of the iceberg. Because the reason I say that is because the number of people going missing in the US, you had part one. I don't know, Vanna, if you had my other the friend, the guest who spoke earlier before you came. He said in the US there are over 25,000 women going every year.
That's right.
So I wouldn't be surprised if the same thing is happening, but it is being underreported by the press, and the release of those names are not happening by the police as it should be. I don't have the facts. I cannot substantiate it, but I'm saying I am entertaining the possibility that that is possible. So that is why we need our own platforms, you know?
Well, we got it.
Yeah. So yeah, we have our own platform. So we try and get that name, and hopefully, in every country, we should make sure that that platform is used on in every country, so that black people can have that. Yeah, it's toothless. I understand. Yeah, Lady Max, I understand. Yes, it is. But I'm just saying that at least if you can have somewhere that we can't just stand here and just go, oh, you know, because that's someone's mother, that's someone's daughter, that's someone's niece, that's not someone's aunt, you know, that's someone's wife, you know, sister, you know. So we must be doing something, you know. So I just wanted to just bring this information out. So let us keep their names. We mustn't forget these ladies at all. Now and then I'm going to make sure that we say their names, remember who they are, and we hopefully by shining a light, we are going to make sure that all of us, it is our responsibility to protect our women. As a man, I feel a responsibility to protect our black women. I feel a sense of responsibility. My daughter is one such, and it is my mom, and others. So and you know, acquaintances. We must take it as our community too, because the police clearly, they're not looking out for us. They are very quick to support. In their view, the words they use are what it says here, non-suspicious is the word they use. So they are quite quick to disregard the feelings of the family. I might say it's non-suspicious, so you don't have to worry. They don't understand that they've lost somebody, and so their focus is just writing a report and saying non-suspicious, and not thinking of the impact of that loss of that person to that family, to that community. Our role is to bring that up. Our role is to make sure that that person's life is remembered, is talked about, so that the more we talk about it, the less of this kind of thing happens in our community. We must work together. It is so devastated. So we need to talk more about this, and I will be bringing that up now and then. So Mrs. Olusegun is one. May our ancestors welcome her with open arms. Mrs. Williams is another one. May our ancestors welcome her with open arms. Mrs. Balogun again is another one, 53. May our ancestors welcome her with open arms. Mrs. Samaria Anyole, 19-year-old. May our ancestors welcome her with open arms. Mrs. Ombako, 31, a Kenyan. May our ancestors welcome her with open arms. So we need to be doing this consistently. Anytime we see this, and every time I make this a promise. If I see any more of this, it will be on this platform. We will talk about this because the mainstream media is not doing it. So it is our role. We must take this on. I will be following this going on. I'm already following the Black Women, Black UK Black Women platform. They are on X-Space. So please go and follow for Black Women UK. Yes, for Black Women UK. Go and follow them if you're in the UK. So that, give them a follow, so that we can begin to share if they find any information about any development of this women or the new ones. And I bet you there are more numbers that is currently being shown, and they will come up. My gut feeling is telling me that's sadly, I don't want to believe it, but that's what I'm thinking. Because if you think about what is happening in the US, just have to think, 25,000 people going missing, women going missing, black women going missing in the US every year. You're going to tell me that in the UK, you will not have a comparable rate in terms of the rate, not the number, but the rate, in terms of population. You can imagine that it's And we have to start looking at this, and we start, speaking to ourselves within our community and do a better job of that. It is our responsibility because we know that the system will not do it. So we need to take that on collectively. And this is why supporting platforms like ours, like mine, is so important, because we want to be able to, we can no longer, we have to question everything that we've ever been taught. I am questioning everything we've been taught. Speaking of that, in case the other guy has left, Bukembe has left, there is a book that you can get. This book is called "They Came Before Columbus," and it details that the black people were there, they came before Columbus, literally. And there are pictures in the book that you can see online as you're watching. So this is written by Ivan Satima. Let me just read an excerpt from there quickly to you all. So after the second glacial epoch, America assumed to have lived in total isolation from the rest of the world and to have developed all its cultures independently until Columbus came. This later seriously challenged, seriously enough to force second thoughts as on conservation Americanist. Only within the last few years, the absence of a land bridge since the last glacial epoch has accounted for the resistance of scholars to any consideration of contact with the post-glacial epoch. The sea stood in their imagination more forbidding than 10 Saharas, an impossible wilderness of wind and wave, mocking any movement between the two hemispheres. For more than a millennium after Christ, few Europeans dared sail into this vast sea beyond the legendary pillars of Hercules. How then could other people, especially Africans, conceived of as naked barbarians with a boatless culture, venture the crossing? Professor Stephen Jett, a geographer, in a recent book, Man Across the Sea, has highlighted the prevailing attitudes among Europeans and Americans towards pre-colonial Columbian crossing of the oceans. Western scholars says Jett, particularly Americans who have imbibed from an early age, from an early age with the doctrine of discovery of America by Columbus, have tended to assume first that the West, including Southwest Asia, has always been the leader in technological progress. Are you listening? And that was corollary. Other areas of the world did not have equal or superior sailing craft or navigated knowledge. And second, that European ships of the 15th century, which made transoceanic voyages only with difficulty, must have been superior to those of 1,000 or 2,000 years earlier. Hence, Paleontologists have contended that the watercraft of pre-Columbian times could have crossed the oceans only accidentally and by miraculous good fortune, and that therefore there could have been no significant influence on ancient American from beyond the seas. Can you see what I'm saying? We need to challenge everything. I'll read more from this book. I've got a few more books I'll be reading, but They Came Before Columbus. If you want to buy this book, it's by Ivan Satima, Van Setuma. Get this book. It is very, very important that we begin to really relearn this. The Columbus story is a myth. It is a myth. It is a myth. It's just a myth.
Even Columbus.
Yeah.
You know, the Jamaican, all the wait a minute. It's an echo.
Sorry, I'll mute myself. Go ahead.
All the islands were together. Haiti was in America.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
okay?
right.
And then when Napoleon came there, Napoleon brought the people that they call Mexicans today.
Mm.
What we have to understand is that we are the first people. We were all over the world.
Exactly.
Only they can come up with an idea that we all came from one place. No.
Yeah. Very true.
We
Very
came,
true.
when they talk about the fallen angels,
yeah,
they're talking about us.
Exactly. Yeah.
We are the first people on earth. We are the greatest people on earth.
Ashe.
It's just that we read so many of their books that we separate ourselves as a people.
Exactly. Well said. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Vanna. Vanna. Now, Lady Max, thank you for joining us. What would you like to say? Let's hear from you. Go ahead.
Greetings, everyone. Greetings, AY. Thank you.
Greetings.
It's like 1 o'clock in the morning here in London, and I'm supposed to be asleep. But you're
Yeah.
talking about so many excellent topics that at each one I have something to say. So I figured just let me jump in there a minute. So
Please.
that last point, you were talking about crossing, sailing, and Ivan van Sertima, a very brilliant book. Yes, I agree. Everybody should read it, right? But I remember as a child, I'm not a young person. I'm very long in the tooth. But back in the 70s, there was a lot of noise, a lot of publicity about a man called Thor Heyerdahl. I don't know, he's from one of those European countries, and he actually went to the Gambia.
Yes, I read about it. I saw the video. Yes, go ahead. I remember now.
And he got the Gambians to build a boat out of papyrus reeds, okay? And that boat, he took and sailed that boat right into Barbados, across the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, and to prove that the Egyptians, because this is a technique that he learned from ancient papyrus text, and he followed the blueprint. They built this boat and they sailed, okay? So, and furthermore, let's not forget the ocean currents, the natural currents. You can get on one of those, I don't know what they call them. You have to forgive me because, as I say, it's late and my brain isn't fully functioning. But
water currents, you think? You mean water currents?
Water currents. Yes, exactly. Thank you. And it can take you from Africa straight into the Americas. All right. So, and let's not forget.
That's right.
Abu Bakr from Mali. How many?
That's right.
Hundreds, if not hundreds and hundreds of years ago, could be 1,000.
1,300.
Right. Took 2,000 ships from the west coast of Africa and took them into the Americas, okay? Long before Columbus. And when you look at those omelette heads that they've got down there in Mexico, they look just like our brother there, Brother Turian and the Mali people there.
Exactly.
Right? That you cannot say that is not Abu Bakr's people. They call them the Omleks, and the same Ivan van Sertima talks about these Omlek heads. Yes. Yeah? They want to say, oh, did they come from space? Did they come from, Eurasia or some kind of European link? But we damn well know that's an African face. You cannot hide.
No, it's not an African face. It's a black face. It's a melanated face.
Yes.
It's a melanated people. Forgive me because like most of the listeners,
you're so right.
We've been caught up in an educational system, and the words and the descriptions that we use is all part of our own downpression.
That's right.
So if I trip up, I'm happy to be corrected. But you know what I'm trying to.
Absolutely, we get you. We get you 100%.
Okay. So, and I also want to touch upon the idea that because like you mentioned that Van Sertima wrote about this ice age and land bridges and whatever. Okay, let's not forget that we are children of the sun. We are the people that was here first. Okay, and I believe that at one point in time, the whole earth mass, the land mass, was one.
Exactly.
They call it Pangea, whatever it is, and it all split up. Because if you push it all together now, it forms a perfect jigsaw. Like you push it all back together. Anyway, and right now in East Africa, a piece of East Africa is getting ready to drop off. And they're talking about, there's going to be a new ocean and rare. So we're seeing that happening in our own lifetime. It may not happen whilst, it's in our lifetime, but it is taking place. We can see the beginning of that rift widening,
Mhm.
and at some point it's going to split off and form a whole new continent.
Mhm.
So the idea that we used to be one shouldn't be that hard for us to digest. It could have been millions and millions of years ago. But
Yeah.
I believe, what I'm trying to say is, I believe we was from one end to another, the width
Yeah.
and the breadth of that one piece of land. We was on it, and when it split up and ice landed and whatever, we found ourselves in what we know today
Mhm.
as Africa. Okay, because everywhere you go on earth, you find people that look like us, melanated people. Okay, they might want to tell you, oh, you got there because somebody took you there on a ship. What a load of rubbish.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah, you have to ask yourself, where did they come from? And there's several streams of thought, several theories that is a genetic experiment gone wrong, some kind of gene mutation, how they have come about, because they are the minority on the planet. Don't get it twisted, all right? So, but the bad thing is that we have fallen under some kind of spell, some kind of illusion that we are somehow less than, somehow second-class citizens, and their way is the right way, when all the time they're just sucking, they're like vampires, sucking on our energy, taking our ancient technology and using it against us. And we find ourselves in some kind of confliction, you know. I mean, the sister was just speaking there about Haiti being in America. At the moment, they say the entire Caribbean, because even when you look
in America,
it still is, because when you look at the maps and some of the organizations they've got, don't they call it the Americas and the Caribbean, or words to that effect? It's all still linked. I've got people that are telling me that the Caribbean is actually Central America because of its positioning between South America and North America.
Wow.
Okay? The North American plate is slipping beneath the Caribbean plate. It's subducting. I know this because where I come from is a result of that actual process. So, I mean, we have just been... We are
one people.
So,
we are one people worldwide.
We might all be melanated, and I do agree with that, right?
Yes.
But are we one people? Because even right now in Africa, you've got, what, at least six different distinct groups of people, okay? And I'm wondering, just because when you even check Europe, no, I don't even want to say European, because I believe the Europeans were originally black. Because when you go back to the 1500s and before, all of Europe was, all of the royal houses in Europe were led by black kings and queens. And even their own history books tell you that. They might want to bury it, but the information is there if you look for it. You will find it.
Sister,
Okay.
Sister, you know what? Let me just say this. They took 97% of our arts and who we were down. Okay? Because we ruled everything.
Exactly. They actually whitewashed it. That's why they call it the Renaissance. They were coming out of the Dark Ages. What is the Dark Ages? Right? It's not the native people that they're trying to now bury under some revision of history. They're revisionists. But it's not about, for me, it's not about what they did. For me, it's about finding a rightful place and reclaiming our heritage, our royalty, our preeminence in this space, and stop becoming like second-class citizens and come begging for acceptance. It's just so maddening to me. It's frustrating, vexation of spirit. So I really appreciate the opportunity that you provide Citizen A on your platform for people to come and share their views. People like Verna May, even people like the brother who is somewhat conflicted in his belief that somehow the system that we live under is correct. It's totally It's wicked.
Yeah.
It has destroyed us as a people.
Destroying us, and the fact that so many of us still buy into it as if to say it is the leading, it's the way forward. We won't ever get out of this mental prison.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And
No.
to me, it's just so frustrating. But
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
I just felt the need to come in and
No.
Wow. Thank
to
you
that.
so much.
Because there's so much that you've been talking about. You were talking about the black women, the African women, or the melanated women, whatever language you want to use,
Yeah.
that have gone missing here in the UK.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to add, because you're right, they don't talk about it as much as they should. And you know, the police are definitely not going to use up their resources to try and find the answer, because they don't view us as valuable.
No,
All right.
no.
So whatever happened to those women,
That's right.
it's their families who are going to have to really hold their foot to the fire. Just like, remember, this Doreen Lawrence,
Yes.
who murdered her son.
Yes.
It took
Stephen
them
Lawrence. Yes.
so many years to get those people to accept that a crime was committed, a racial murder was committed against her young black son. And she alone, and she and her family, pressed the police and the government to do the right thing. So if you're waiting for them to do the right thing, don't hold your breath, is what I would say to that.
No, we have to do it.
Yeah.
We have to do it ourselves. And let's not forget that the same time that our black sisters are being drowned, and I mean, I've got a whole theory about what's going on there. But do you remember they were hanging our brothers, our young brothers? How many of them? There was at least 10 of them that were found hanging from trees in this same London.
It's crazy,
Okay.
you see, and they're not talking about that. In fact, I'm going to do a program on that.
Particular bloodlines? Is it an attack on? Do you know, because anyway, just let me keep in mind.
But you have to understand, sister, they're not humans. I mean, they're not soulful.
They have no soul. That's
They
why
have no souls, you know.
That's why they're able to commit such heinous atrocities. Okay, look what the people have just done to them, to Iran. I mean, what kind of madness is that?
Oh,
what kind of soul goes and anyway, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, but you know what? See, what Iran is doing is we have to follow suit.
Exactly. We have to do exactly what they've done. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So, no. Thank you so much, Lady Max. I am really grateful for your contribution, and I'm so glad you came up. So glad you came up. Yeah. Thank you.
Land is here also.
Yes, exactly. I was going to bring it out. Yes. So,
before you move on,
okay.
Take me down, because I have no clue how to.
I'll do that. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lady Max. I'll give you a call. I apologize I couldn't make the last meeting, but I'll call you anyway. All right. Thanks. Bye-bye.
No problem.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay. So, yeah. So thank you so much, and thank you for contributions again, Queen Vaname. I'm really grateful for your insightful knowledge and everything. I'm really grateful for that. Let us bring in. Thank you. Let us bring in our Kebulan. Our Kebulan, hi, it's been a minute. How are you? How are you?
How are you? It's been a long time. It's nice to meet. It's nice to see you, you know.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank you.
very happy to
Thank
see
you.
you and you start again. I don't know, it's a long time now. And
Yeah.
Bername, thank you so much for sharing it for me, because
Thank you.
I just from you sharing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you,
I
Queen
was about
Vanna.
to sleep and I saw Bername, she shared it to me. I said, what?
Oh, yeah. TikTok has just been terrible. Every time I came on, they just kept reducing my viewership. They just keep bringing it.
Okay, you know what you have to do though? You have to do some settings. So because when we talk raw in here, and TikTok is gonna put it down, and people they're not gonna see.
Echo.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, but thank you so much, and obviously, United Africa, and we are for freedom. I didn't hear much, but obviously, I guess it's for freedom. You know, everything is for freedom.
That's correct.
So you know, we are in the mental slavery as new as new mental slavery now we call it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all with a smile and with more love now even apart the world they creating all around the visual one, even in the social media now. As I speak in here, you know, there is so much manipulation, you know, for our youth, and they don't know it, and they don't know it. You know, they are slavery in here between for our youth, the girls and the boys. And I keep talking about that, but you know, if we are not giving awareness, then we're not gonna lose anyway, because you know it come everything from us and it's gonna go from us. Everything is, you know, we're not gonna fade, but you know it's gonna be always trouble all the time, and we cannot see our freedom. We want to see our freedom. Me, I want to see the freedom, you know, I deserve before I go.
Exactly.
I know it's gonna come to my children because they're not gonna have this kind of turbulence we had, but still it's gonna be long way, you know, until it's happening if we don't speak out. So thank you so much, my brother.
Thank you, and thank you for the gift as well, for the platform, and thank you. I really appreciate you.
I don't have one. I don't have one coin on my thing, and I can't.
It's 25 on there. They've got the people have been giving you some things now, on there.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh,
so it's people have been, as you're talking, people have been, you know, because you've been making such a impactful comments, and we really appreciate that.
What is your timing, brother? Now, when are you gonna come on?
Yeah, okay. Sorry.
What is your timing?
I'm not. I'm gonna try and see if I can. I'll do mid-afternoon. I'll be around about 10 o'clock at night again. I'll start again. But once I'm doing it, when I send the signal, when I start, I will send it out. I think it will be about 10 o'clock in the evening, or 1 o'clock in the day. Sort of those two times, you know.
Great,
So I'll try and do that now. Yeah. Thank you so much. Let's, before I go, let's I'm gonna just I'll meet you, Vername, as well. I want to go and speak about our African melanated journalists, because they're working for, some of them are working for the mainstream media, and they came to interview Ibrahim Traore. I want you to listen to this. Now, every African who is working in mainstream media, if they are asking you to come and do something on the African continent, do everything in your power. I would suggest, I know you may lose your job about this, do everything in your power to not do what they told you to do, or try and find something else, because you don't want to be a traitor to your own land. You don't want to be a traitor to your own land and do what because they are using you, because what they're trying to do is to, okay, you're speaking to a black person and all of that. What is done is being done by a black person, so it's okay. It's a psychological, a psyops. Watch this. I want you to watch this with me. Watch this with me, and listen to what this lady says. And it is all negative from Sky News.
Rare glimpse into an African capital city that few outsiders now get to see. Country recalibrating its place in the world.
Now listen to those words.
Ouagadougou, the bustling capital city of Burkina Faso, a country famously known for arts, culture, and African revolutionary thought. But in recent years, it's become one of the deadliest places in the world for terrorism. The people here are hoping that under the leadership of charismatic.
Did she tell us why it was one of the deadliest places in the world? Did she explain that France was coming to Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, and 14 other African countries, and taking the resources out? Can you see the dangers of telling a half story? So now she's not talked about those things mentioned, because the reason why Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, and many African countries are so-called deadly places are because the colonials have put in weapons, arms, trying to destabilize the area to get to the resources. Can you see the danger of half stories from the mainstream media? This is the danger of half stories. Let's listen on.
young president that they can find sovereignty, security, and freedom in their former colonizer, France.
Burkina Faso has grappled with French control in the decades since independence. The country is now denouncing France and leaning into alternative allies like Russia, led by their young president. French forces and diplomats have been expelled from Burkina Faso since the 2022 coup that brought President Ibrahim Traoré into power. This rally is organized by Citizen Watch, a vigilante group shielding the world's youngest president from counter-coup and assassination attempts. After God is Ibrahim Traoré, she says.
Does everyone here feel the same way?
Est-ce que tout le monde ici est d'accord avec ce qu'elle a dit? Oui! La patrie ou la mort?
No elections in Burkina, president for life. I have the chance to meet the man himself and interview him under extremely controlled conditions.
Can you see? Extremely controlled conditions. They don't want, they're trying to prepare. It's all psychology. Everything you're hearing. Why don't you just, you're going into someone else's house. It's like somebody is coming to your house. You are not going to tell me how I am going to do in my house. You follow what I do in my house. You don't tell me that because of I behave in a particular way in my house, that is wrong for you. You don't accept it. You are in my house. You have to follow my rules. Like you say, please remember these words. I want you to remember these words. When they say, when you are in Rome, do as Romans. We are saying, when you are in Burkina Faso, do as Burkina Faso. That's it. C'est fini. Sorry, I'm sorry. That's it. You don't tell us. You don't get the right to tell people in Burkina Faso how to run the government or what. You don't interpret that. And nobody gives the West the right to interpret or dictate to the people of African people how they are going to conduct interviews, how they are going to run their government. They have to just be quiet because they are in Burkina Faso. Because they keep saying, when you are home, do as Romans. When you are in Burkina Faso, you must do as Burkina Faso people. Let's carry on.
We're on our way to interview President Ibrahim Traoré for an exclusive roundtable that's been completely engineered by the Presidential Comms Department.
Can you see that? Completely engineered. So when you are going to go and interview somebody in US, is that not engineered? Can you see the double standards? And this is what I'm saying, the danger of melanated people conducting interviews and then using emotive words. They're using emotive words. You are in a foreign country. You are in Burkina Faso. If that is what Burkina Faso wants, you don't have the right to dictate to them. Burkina Faso doesn't go to France or to UK or to US to dictate to them how they are going to be interviewed. They accept that that's how they do there. You need to accept that. And as a melanated person, I felt that she's being used to actually portray a narrative that is false. It is a false narrative that we need to challenge. And this is why I'm saying we need our own media. We do not, because you see, the media that they control, they want to control the narrative. How do you get to control the narrative of a sovereign nation? You don't. That's the point. You do not get to control the narrative of a sovereign nation. They have the right to demonstrate that sovereignty, and you have to just accept that that's how they do things there, and you do not. And they have to do so because when they left the door open, the press have been manipulating and dividing their nation. There is a reason why the society is guarded, because France were running the press, they were running the army, they were running the education, they were running the religion, they were running everything. Yeah. So we need to stop putting them on a pedestal. Yeah, I mean, it's not pedestal. No, we're not putting Ibrahim Traoré on a pedestal at all. I hope that's not what you mean. Ibrahim Traoré is doing exactly the right thing. They were asking him a question. They said, oh, why is it that Africa is not following democracy? We are not a democratic nation and everything else. And he said, look, before you come and talk to me about democracy, Africa had been doing their own system of government thousands of years before you came, before Europe came. And many of the things that you are doing in Europe is coming from what we do in Africa. We are the foundation. So this is a man that knows his history. So it is really important that we don't accept, as an African, you do not accept anything. When you are on the African continent, when they come to Africa, they need to bow down to Africans on the African continent. Yes, I said it, because they expect us to bow down here. So when you come to Africa, you bow down. No excuses, no ifs. None of this, oh, you come take my place. Oh, bow. No, we're not accepting that nonsense. I support what he did there. So anybody wants to chip in? Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's true. Every media, everything is from them. That's the thing. From now in here, we are sitting down in here, and we are sitting down from practically them house. So the first thing we have to do is take our media and that's it. Somebody have to do this media. We keep saying that forever, but we have to do it, and then the talk is gonna be free. To free speech, we can say whatever we want, and that's it. We have to start from something.
Well said. Thank you so much for that. This is the thing we have to understand, because the media is being used to control our minds. And unless we take control of that media and we start hearing, you need to see a media that is speaking.
I cannot hear you.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. We need to see a media, as an African, you need to see a media that looks like you. You need to see somebody that's talking to you that looks like you, that speaks like you, that speaks that has accent, because then you can see yourself reflected in your news. Then it becomes part of you. But when you're seeing a media that is not part of you, that is being imposed on you, you are going to be like, oh, I don't have anything to do. Oh, okay, I'm not worthy. If whatever I have to do, you are subservient in your own land. That's keeping us in a mind, in a low vibration mind. We need to elevate ourselves, and that's why I am very, very clear in my mind that without our own media speaking our own accent, hearing different African accents, it is important for us, because we see ourselves in our own news. That is what I'm about. Not somebody coming and telling me, oh, all this. Listen to what she's saying here.
Their cameras, their lights, their footage, and in the meantime, I'm cramming my French because we've been told we won't be allowed a translator, as hard as we've tried to get one.
Exactly. They can tell you how they want it. And every African country, I would say this, I'm encouraging every African country, we need to be speaking our language. Anybody coming from any from the colonials or from outside of Africa, you need to learn our language. Africans are learning French, Portuguese, Arabic on the African continent to speak to people that come to take our resources on the African continent. Can you see madness? Can you see the madness? So he's right to say, no, we will tell you what, how, where, when, and what to do on our land, because we are sovereigns. This is what we need to do. So let's listen on. There we go.
You are the country today champions sovereignty, national sovereignty, and total independence. Because as you are no doubt aware, our country was colonized like many African countries. But today, we are making our voices heard. And so, the struggle for sovereignty and independence is therefore the driving force behind our fight.
This is the man Traoré models himself on, the founding father of modern-day Burkina Faso, iconic revolutionary Thomas Sankara. Sankara led an anti-imperialist movement in the 80s as president.
Monsieur le Président.
And brought in groundbreaking domestic reform. Decades on, Traoré appears to be following in his footsteps by nationalizing key sectors such as gold mining, supported by revolutionary advisors like Luc Damiba.
Now, let me say this. The West don't want Africa to nationalize our gold. It is the thing that they hate the most, because they believe that they are taking it out. And that is what they don't, because now we are now in control of wealth. You see why we need to have our own media? We need to take control of our media on the African continent. We've got one company, and we're going to find out the name. There we go. You see now, gifting suspended. They said, I'm going to appeal. What have I done? I'm saying can I not speak? I can't speak about this now. This is again more reason why we need our own media, because now TikTok is they're giving me a sign. They're saying I'm contravening their laws. You know. Let me I'm going to answer them. Burkina Faso is a sovereign state. Is a sovereign state. Let me see what they say now. So they see already they started flashing me. They're banning any gifting now, because I can't speak. I can't speak. This is what I find frustrating. I can't speak. They won't let me speak. You see, I'm not going to lose my train of thought. We'll carry on. Sorry, guys. I'm just a bit frustrated about it. I get really frustrated about what they're doing. They're trying to clearly stop us from having a meaningful discussion. But carry on.
The first day, and take the flame of
you see, okay. So this is that's why we're opening up. There one day when we'll be in the place, okay? Because this is just foundation where we started with, because it was available, okay? But it's not home, and it can never be our home. You can never have a home in opposition, okay? So don't let it frustrate you, because you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing.
Thank you so much.
Everything you need is already provided.
Ashe.
Because it's not.
Ashe.
Everything you're doing is going into the universe.
Ashe.
Okay?
Ashe.
We are the universe.
Ashe. Ashe.
We are the ones. We are the only ones that can write this.
Ashe.
Okay?
Ashe.
But only when we just listen. We have to go through hell. Okay? But we cannot get burned in hell. Okay?
Ashe. Yes.
Because we are here. I mean, it's no accident that we're here, and
Ashe.
that we're using what we have now. But everything is working out for our purpose, because at least we can say some things now.
Yeah.
Okay?
Thank you.
Don't get frustrated. It's pushing us to a higher step.
That's true. Thank you for that. Thank you, Queen. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
The thing is, my brother, I mean, this platform is very, very restricted with us. It's very restricted, how you see, okay? We can probably find a different platform. I know there is, the camera and all that stuff, but, the Twitter is much, much better than
Yeah, I'm gonna try that. I've got Twitter. I've got X Space. I've got X Space, and
I'll be.
Please
you
follow
can
me.
have your
Yes.
people come
Yeah.
in, so many people, and you can talk freely.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually have X. I've got Citizen AY on X
Yeah.
Space, so please follow me there as well. I'm on X
Yeah,
Space
it's
as
much
well.
better.
Follow me.
But
Follow
in
me.
there you
Yeah.
cannot talk, the comment, you cannot comment, you
Yeah.
cannot do nothing like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Thank you. I'll give that a try. Thank you for reminding me. Those of you watching me, please go and follow my X Space. I'm on X Space, Citizen AY. I'm on there. Go and follow me right now also, because I'll be using that platform as well. Here we go. Yes, it's building. You're right. Thank you. So let's carry on. Yes. Thank you.
The president moved Sankara's body to be buried at the site of his assassination, against the wishes of Sankara's surviving family, and launched a nationwide crackdown on dissent as he approached the same age killed.
There's a moment you have to be a serious country. When you come, discipline. And this kind of discipline, don't allow every person to say what he think. He can say that in his private space, but to destabilize the revolution, we don't allow this.
Exactly.
And is that like Soviet?
Can you see what they say? Communist China. Okay, what is communism? What is communism? Communism is a group of people coming together and deciding to have a set of rules. It is not a crime. So this idea of saying, oh, communism is communism. What has capitalism done for the last 20, 30 years? What has it done in Iraq? What has it done in Afghanistan? What has it done in Iran? What has it done in Syria? What has it done in Libya? What has it done in Congo? What has it done in South Africa? What has capitalism done? It's ruined everywhere. So please, let's not, we're not accepting any of this nonsense. This on the African continent, we need to assert ourselves. It is our continent, and we have the final say. Nobody is going to put themselves in a throne and dictate from the colonial nation what we do on the African continent. What we say on our continent is what goes. So we support Ibrahim Traore.
Is that the model?
Yes, why not? We have Cuba, we have Venezuela, we Iran, we have connect to this kind of country.
In the last year, Traore has criminalized homosexuality, dissolved political...
So what? So what? So what? If that is what they want to do in South Africa, that is their land. That is their... People have to understand, I'm not... Listen, if people want to do in Europe, if that's what they want to do, fine, do that. But if he believes that for his country to move forward, to get rid of things, who are the colonials to tell them not to? Why? Why do you have to impose yourself on others in their land? Is Burkina Faso coming to the UK or to France to tell them, oh, you can't do this way, you have to follow Islam? They're not. So let them be. So let them be. This colonial thinking that you have to impose your will on a sovereign nation. The key word is sovereign. As a sovereign nation, you have the power to do as you please on your land, and nobody else has a say-so on it. Nobody. So this idea that let's challenge this stuff. Look, the sovereign nation must be left to grow, and they use that power of, oh, you are doing this against that one, to now start coming in and actually destabilizing your nation. Let's have a listen on. Let's listen on.
Parties in the Electoral Commission, and sent journalists and activists who've spoken critically to the front line of a war against jihadists, a war shrouded in denial and thousands of civilian deaths. What follows is a question on the war that Traore's team cut.
So, by the way, those who created the number of people who are unalive on the African continent, they are the colonials. Because for years, the French, they were training the terror groups to go and stabilize where they were finding gold, where they were finding the mineral resources, so that they can take it. So this idea, but they don't tell that full story. Not once have we had that talk about that story from one of you. And again, that's what I'm saying. As a melanated person, she should know that what she's doing is being a traitor to her people by actually doing the bidding of those who have sent. To really understand that is what is coming across people, because you need to understand that the exploitation of Africa, 500 billion euros a year, taken from 14 countries by France. And you say nothing about that. But you don't see anything wrong with that. But now when the countries are now saying, no, we're not having any more of this, enough of this. Oh, by the way, they're just, that's double standards. And we need to call it out. That's why we need our own platform. That's why we need our own media space, so that we can control what is coming into Africa and what is being said, and what we accept and what we don't accept. And it's the final word on it. That's what we need to be doing. So I'm just trying to challenge all of this thing point by point, because it's really important we understand it. Let's crack on.
Interview footage that we sourced from the online page of his state broadcaster. Has Russia been effective in helping you fight terrorism?
It's true that the Russian President Vladimir Putin wished to provide us with all the resources we needed to fight against terrorism, even with soldiers. But I used to say that we are Burkinabe. No one will come and fight on our behalf.
Thank you.
And that is non-negotiable principle. So Russia has opened doors for us in terms of equipment. They are ready to sell us whatever weapon we want to buy. This is of a great help. Let me tell you that many European countries refuse to sell us weapons, but not Russia.
You see?
Secondly, We have been sharing with Russia some expertise in terms of war.
Can you see that now? He's talking from a point of view of a partnership. Russia is learning even from Burkina Faso. And Burkina Faso, of course, is learning from Russia. It's an exchange. But the idea that the West permanently always trying to say, oh, they are trying to come and control you, which is what the West have been doing for years and exploiting Africa. So we need to be challenging this kind of narrative head on at every opportunity. All platforms should be doing what I'm doing. We should be looking and dissecting and exposing the hypocrisy of the Western media that are trying to forever portray Africa in a negative light and not allow Africans to assert themselves on their continent. It is none of their business what sovereign nations on the African continent wish to do and how they wish to run their government. All they have to do is, if they want to do business, they accept the terms that the African government sets, or they go and do business somewhere else. End of story. That's it. Let's carry on.
I then asked the president if this approach works, considering that more than 60% of Burkina Faso, a majority of the country, is under jihadist control.
And who made this possible? The French was, for over 10-15 years, the French were saying that they were fighting the jihadists, when they were actually the ones training them, they were arming them, they were giving them weapons. But she's not talking about the French. She's just talking about, she's now putting this question, and this is what I'm saying. She needs to understand that as a melanated person, she's doing a disservice to a melanated nation. She has allowed herself to be used in this way. Let's carry on.
He laughs and asks who said that. These are the facts, I say.
What facts? Whose facts? Facts. Please, everybody, we need to make sure that we challenge everything we hear. We must challenge everything we hear on the mainstream media, because they tell us, they will tell you up is down, and they want you to believe that you have the right to question everything, and that is what he's doing, and it is our right to do so. Let's carry on.
They can be found online.
Yes. That's exactly it. It's the same people there, the same media, the same government. They are painting Burkina in the bad light.
There you go.
And that's false.
It's
but
false.
As the head of state,
yes.
Name a town. There are just a few towns I haven't visited yet. I go everywhere, and everyone goes everywhere. They're lying.
Exactly. Now what's this?
Verified online videos of are the only source of credible visual evidence as Traore's government restricts movement around the country and targets human rights.
You know something? When France was running and saying they were protecting the land, they were putting security and working with the Burkinabes. France were telling the people where they could go, where they couldn't go. France in Burkina Faso. Is that not control? This is double standards that we're seeing. We have to be very, very conscious of what is being said by these people, and we need to challenge it. So, like I said, she's a military person. She shouldn't allow herself to be used like this. We cannot accept this, because when the French were there, they were taking over 80% of the land. The jihadists that they were pushing, and now, in fact, it's less than that. The figure of 60% is most likely not